Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Mothering in Style, where I share my love for fashion, beauty, lifestyle and bring you along on my motherhood journey. So in today's video, we're doing a review, first impressions of the Rare Beauty Positive Light Tinted Moisturiser. And I'm not normally a massive tinted moisturiser girl because I find for dark skin tones, there's barely any tinted moisturisers on the market. But this tinted moisturiser comes in 24 shades. I was able to find my shade in Sephora, so I'm going to try this out with you today. It's in the box. This is the first time I'm trying it out, so we'll see how it goes and then I'll give you my final thoughts at the end of the video. Okay, so just a bit of quick background on the tinted moisturiser. So this is by Rare Beauty, Selena Gomez's brand, which I'm sure you know. Positive Light Tinted Moisturiser. There are 24 shades. It says it's to create no makeup. It blurs, hydrates, protects. It's light coverage and a natural radiant finish. So those are the claims. 24 flexible shades. It does run quite deep when I swatched this in Sephora, and I am the shade 50N. I'm not sure how many shades there were after me, but I feel like there were a few, maybe like 4 shades that came after me. As I said, not a massive tinted moisturiser person, but I'm willing to give this a try and I've heard really good things. So first up, I'm gonna prime. I'm using the NYX Shine Killer Primer, and this, I really like this primer, but it's just like a really easy, I don't know, it just goes on really smooth, so I really like it. I know a lot of people wouldn't prime for a tinted moisturiser, but for me, I have combination skin. Sometimes I feel like I get quite oily throughout the day, so for me, priming is a must. There's not a chance that I'm not gonna prime. So I'm adding a bit of primer, and I'm just gonna set that primer with my Laura Mercier setting powder. If the lighting isn't great in this video, I apologise, because I'm not at my house, I'm away at the moment, and the lighting in this bathroom is not great, and the sun keeps going in and out, so yeah, that is the reason why the lighting isn't great, but I'll do my best. Okay, next up, I'm gonna colour correct, and I know a lot of people wouldn't colour correct for a tinted moisturiser, but I really want to see what kind of coverage I can get out of it, so I think what I'll do is let's colour correct on one side, and then we can also see what it looks like without the colour corrector on the other side. So the places that I'd normally colour correct is around my mouth. So I will do it on my right side. And then I normally colour correct some of the darkness from under my eye and kind of on my eyelid as well. So I'll just blend that out. I've colour corrected here so that I've got a little bit more coverage in comparison to this side where you can see more of my hyperpigmentation. So I've done it on my right side, and then also just a little bit around my eye, and that's what I would normally do for like a foundation application. And then next, let's go straight in with the tinted moisturiser. Squeeze this out and it looks really light on my hand. I really hope I picked up the right shade. But I did swatch this in the store and I tested it and it was a really good match, so let's see. So this is it. I'm still applying it with a brush. I know people put it on with their fingers, but I don't like putting my fingers on my face, I'll be honest. So let me just, oh no, I don't think it is too light. This is me, this is the colour corrected side. And I'm just trying to pat it in with my brush and not drag it around my face too much. Ooh. I feel like I'm definitely seeing that it's a really, the way it said it kind of blurs and gives that seamless finish. I'm seeing that. Okay, that is one side. So this is the side without anything. And then this is the side with the tinted moisturiser. I hope that you can tell. But I'm really liking the coverage. And not so much the coverage, but the finish. I think the finish is really nice. But I did use everything that I squirted on my hand. So let me squirt some more to use on the other side of my face. And then this will be the side that I didn't colour correct. So let's use about the same amount. Because it's not a pump, it's hard for me to tell you what that measure is, but you get the idea. And then this is the side without the Tinted Moisturiser. So this is just so that you can see. I think it's quite a good match. And again, I'm trying to dab it in, like pat it in, rather than drag it around my face. So I will say, I don't know if I necessarily needed to colour correct, because this is the side with no colour correction. Let me just put a little bit more around my mouth. But I think you can slightly see here just a bit of discoloration where my hyperpigmentation is. This is the side that I colour corrected. I definitely think it is better, but I don't think it's like hugely significant, and I didn't need all this product. I definitely squirted out a bit too much, but the coverage isn't, it is a light coverage, but I do think that you can build it. So seeing as I've squeezed this out, I'm gonna add a little bit more. I don't feel like I need it, to be honest, but I'm not here to waste product. So let's just add a bit more and see how much we can build it up if you wanted to get a bit more coverage. So I feel like if you wanted more coverage, wouldn't you just wear foundation rather than wearing a tinted moisturiser? But anyway, I'll just add a little bit more. I'm not going to use all of this because I don't feel like I need it. But I definitely am really liking that natural seamless finish. I'm glad that I primed because I do feel like I look the slightest bit shiny. That's okay. We want to look dewy, we want to look fresh, we want to look youthful. So I don't mind if I look like a little bit more shiny. Or I think I currently look dewy, but my concern would be, am I going to get shiny? But yeah, I've really just patted it into the skin. I'm happy with the overall finish. And especially considering my skin isn't actually in the best state at the moment because I used a product that didn't agree with me. So my skin isn't as smooth. You can kind of see like some bumps here, but that's fine. First impressions are definitely that I'm impressed. I feel as though it's really giving a nice level of coverage. You can build it up a bit more if you want, but what I really like is that there's just a really smooth, that blurring effect that it mentioned. I'm definitely seeing that. I think it does look a little bit on the shinier side or the dewier side, but I think that once I set that with powder, I can definitely make that work. But in terms of a really natural seamless finish, it 100% does that, and I'm happy with the shade match on me. So next I'm gonna move on to adding some concealer and kind of building it up to a face that I would normally wear, but definitely on the more natural side. I'm gonna do my blush first, and I'm gonna use a Rare Beauty blush as well. This is one of my favorite blushes, and this is the shade Love. And I think makeup always comes out best. Makeup and skincare, if you use products from the same brand, they just work well together. I feel like they just cooperate better than if you start mixing things. So we had to use Rare Beauty blush today. So I'm just gonna blend that out. And I'm gonna kind of take it up here to give that really flushed look. Okay, that's definitely added a bit of colour into my cheeks. And then I'm gonna use my Too Faced concealer. That's my concealer and blush done. I'm keeping it a really natural finish, so I'm not gonna add much more than that. And then I'm just gonna set my under eye. We'll add a bit of bronzer and some mascara. And then we're done. Okay, so I'm adding a bit of bronzer. This is from Juvia's Place. just to add a bit more warmth into my face. Right, I'm done. So I just finished off my face with some concealer and blusher, added a bit of bronzer, mascara, lip gloss, just all of the things that I would regularly do, but really kind of just kept it as a natural finish, and I'm happy with how it turned out. I think that the finish on this is really smooth. I'm getting that airbrushed feel. It is on the dewier side, so I did use a primer and I did also finish it off with like a regular powder, but I'm happy with the finish. I do think that the shade match was also quite good for my skin tone. In terms of tinted moisturisers, I do think it's quite impressive that it runs quite deep, and I usually can't find my shade in a lot of mainstream brands. So I'm really pleased with kind of the shade range that they did have available, but you know, we could always do with more shades. But I did think that this was a good match for me. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I think that this is a great option if you want more of a natural finish, which I've really been leaning towards, and my Dior face and body foundation has just been my go-to all the time. But I do think that for an average day where I just want a really quick application, this is gonna be my new girl. Like, I really feel like it's just easy to apply. You could use your hands. I chose to use a brush because that's just my preference, but it is definitely a really good option. So I would recommend it, and I'll be really interested to see how it wears throughout a day. But I think if you're looking for a light coverage option, then this is definitely something that you should give a try. So let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are, how you think it turned out. If you enjoyed this video, please do give me a thumbs up and subscribe for some more content, and I would love to see you in the next one. Take care, bye.